I want to take a few minutes and go over the quick change lock rings that I brought up in the last video, in the first video. And Lee sells these in a 4-pack that have a various color. So they come in, it's a 4-pack of blue and red and gold and silver. What I had to do is I had to buy 4 packs. Actually, I think I bought 5 packs. That way I could organize my 10mm being all blue, my 9mm being all gold, the 45 with red and the 40 and the silver. You don't, if you're only gonna load 1 caliber, you don't really need to sit there and buy all the different colors. But coming from a press that had the turrets that were set up with either all 9 or all 45, and I didn't have to sit and change out the dies in the turrets. You just set the turret aside, and it's whether it's a turret from Lee or if it's the Dillon tool head, you know, you just mark them 9mm on the side of the turret. You know what you're loading, what you're grabbing. But I just found that it's a lot easier to identify my dies, what I have in the machine set up, and so on. These are, again, like I said in the first video, these are the the quick lock rings with the set screw that locks onto the die. They're not the O-ring style. The O-ring does not have the lock ring. You do get the O-ring with the set, with the Lee Progressive set. But if you want a better ring, I believe this is a better ring, the one that locks in. You can use these, but from, you know, taking your dies in and out and so on, the O-ring actually does get cut up a little bit from the threads. Eventually, if you're doing a lot of rounds, the seating die and the sizer die do tend to move a little bit. I don't prefer the O-ring, but it's a personal preference. You can use whatever you, if you're only doing 1 caliber, what came with is fine. Just keep an eye on your sizer and keep an eye on your seating die so that they're not moving around. For that matter of fact, all your dies, you don't want them to move around. This is just a little powder die check that I printed from Thingiverse. I modified it a little bit, and it just helps me make sure that I do have the proper amount of powder in. So again, just a quick note about the lock rings. You do not get an Allen wrench with the lock rings. Again, I think Lee should include just a small, you don't need the long shank like this, but just a small Allen wrench with their lock ring. And also, I think it would be wise for them to package them in 1 color and package them in packs of 4, 5, and 6. I mean, you know, if you do need 6, you're going to end up having to buy 2-pack of blue. So to make it easy on your customer, package these up in 1 color, 4, 5, or 6, and let your customer choose what's best. And once you find out what they want, then you can stop making the other quantities. So I'm going to pause here. I'm going to set up some dies. I'm going to set up the sizer die on the machine so that I can show you what I think you should do to stop this machine from wearing out prematurely. That'll be in the next video, so we'll be right back.